another first impressions get ready with me on a brand new brand to me, and this brand is Adept Cosmetics, and this is the Amunet Nu Palette. Sorry if I mispronounce it. I'm not really sure what it means. Let me look it up really quick to see what this actually means because I'm very curious. Amunet Nu. It is a goddess. Amunet is a goddess of Egypt, and it says Amunet further took on associations from fellow Egyptian deities during different dynasties. However, her foremost powers were related to mystery, silence, stillness, and obscurity. Ancient religion associated her with invisible aspects to the eye. Oh, that's so cool. So anyway, here is the packaging. I knew that it had something to do with Egyptian origins for the name because all of the names in the palette are Egyptian goddesses, deities, something to do with Egyptian culture. So this is what the palette looks like. Look how gorgeous this is, you guys. I mean, so super pretty. So we have a mirror and we have 6 mattes and 6 shimmers, so I do like that there's an even number of mattes and shimmers in here. It looks like a gorgeous color story, and I'm just so excited to be diving into this brand for the first time. The palettes that they had released in the past I wasn't too interested in, but I think I'm really gonna enjoy this palette. So the first one I'm gonna go into is this like lighter pinky purple called Seth. And I'm going to use that as my crease shade. So I'm just going to go into that shade first. This might be pretty pale. So, but I want to use it just as a really light grounding crease shade. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to go into something else though, but I think that it's going to be fine and I think it's going to build pretty nicely. So I'm just going to take a little bit more and build that up. Yeah, it definitely builds nicely to be a pretty nice starting crease shade. Wow, that's really nice and smooth. I have been filming Up a Storm already the past couple days. At the start of the new year, I've just been filming a lot of Best in Beauty videos, and I actually also filmed another First Impressions yesterday. I'm still trying out some new palettes, but this is the newest palette to my collection. So this was not actually supposed to come until the first week, no, the mid-January, because this was on a pre-order, and it was available for pre-order the 23rd of December, because it sold out, I think, I don't know if it was the first time it released or this was the second time around that it released. But it was sold out, and they had announced the pre-sale for the 23rd of December. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hop on the pre-sale this time and pick it up because I really have been curious about trying their formula. And it said it wouldn't ship till mid-January. It shipped literally, I think, not even 3 days later after ordering it, and it came yesterday. And I was like, I didn't really want it to come this early because, like I said, I'm still trying out a couple of other palettes to me, and I thought it wasn't gonna, come until mid-January. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend this out. So far, that's a really pretty starter shade. I'm not gonna waste too much time on the face. I'm just gonna concentrate on the eye look today on camera. I'm not gonna do my whole face with you guys and be here forever. Okay, so then the next shade I want to go into is that I mean, I could just use this one and use this one on the outer corners. I'm kind of sticking with like these shades here, and then I kind of want to use this one on the inner corners. So yeah, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Horus, and it's a really beautiful, deep, purpley gray. And I'm going to take that and define my crease. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Ooh, yes. This shade reminds me of the like lighter toned. Oh god, that is really pigmented. Probably shouldn't have taken that much. My brush is so stiff. I swear. After I wash this brush, it really takes a long time to soften up again. So like it's a little bit harder to blend out shades with it. But I'm probably just going to go over it with the pink shade again. Oof. All right, we definitely need more of that. All right, let's just try and blend a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's pretty. But I think I'm going to go over the other side with the pink shade again and kind of just blend that a little bit better. So let's take the pink and just go over that again because I'm not really loving how it looks. Yeah, that's better. I'm just gonna lightly blend it. Yeah, that's better. Better than before. I was like, what is going on? Okay, and then for the, where's my color switch? I just had it right here. For the outer corners, like I said, outer corners, I'm gonna take the shade, oh my god, I don't think I can even pronounce that. Like I said, I'm going to take the purple, which is this shade right here. It's P-T-A-H. Pata? I have no idea. Or maybe just ta. Maybe the P is silent. Anyway, I'm going to take that really deep purple and put that on my outer corners. That is stunning. Hopefully that is deep enough. Yes, it is. Yeah, I like that. And then we're going to do this on the outer part. I might just take this into the crease because I don't know if it's actually dark enough. Oh, my phone is annoying me already. I swear, I hate my phone sometimes. I just throw it on the bed. It distracts me so much when I'm filming. I'm just like, ugh, be gone with you. I can't sometimes. Like, people drive me nuts. I'm just like, I'm filming. I'm not talking to anybody. Let's see if it picks up more with my finger, because it's not really applying that well by itself, because I don't think the color is dark enough for the outer corners. I think I'm just going to take this one into my crease. Or maybe, you know what? I think I'm just going to take it on the lower lash line. I'm going to take that shade Emotep, which is the dark brown. And I'm going to use that to deepen it up. Yeah, that's better. I remember all these names from The Mummy. And I know The Mummy isn't like the most accurate Egyptian movie, but they used all of these names, and Emotep was the mummy, the evil mummy in the movies. Emotep. And Horus was one of the gods that they mentioned, or one of the temples that they mentioned, that like one of the things that they needed to retrieve was in the Temple of Horus. Okay, this is not, I don't know if I might just take this off and redo it. All right, you know what? We're just going to go in with the lid shade because I'm not loving how these are blending, but I think that was my own fault. Okay, and then for the lid shade, I'm going to go into this beautiful duochrome called Re, and I'm going to put that on my lid. That is so beautiful. And I think it's going to really save the look, hopefully. Oh, it's gorgeous. It was so hard to pick which shade I wanted to use because they're all so beautiful, but this one was definitely the one that caught my eye first. Ooh. Just want to really make sure it's on there. Yeah, that's super pretty. Wow. Oh my god. There's so much chaos going on at my house today. I don't know. The exterminator was here because we actually had a mice problem like a couple weeks back, and he came today to check on the traps that we set. And I think he's been here for the past like 2 hours or something, because he just knocked on the door and my dogs went crazy. So sorry for the barking dogs, but I can't do anything about it. It's natural. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so now let's see if I can just apply some more of the mattes again. They never stop barking. I'm gonna take Horus again. Let me just take a little bit of the pink first. Yeah, that's better. Yes, that's better. And then I'm gonna take Horus. Oh my god, I didn't realize how pigmented this one is. Yeah, that's better. There's like certain parts it like doesn't want to stick to. I also feel like my brush is like so stiff today. I don't know why. Okay, that's better. Okay, that blended out better than I thought. Okay, I think that's better. I can't do anything else about it. I think it's just my brush not really cooperating with me. I'm not really in love with the way that the mattes look right now. I don't know why I'm like kind of self-conscious about my blending now. And I think it's just psyching me out because somebody said that I can't blend eyeshadow on one of my videos, and I'm just like, I looked at her videos and I'm like, I'm never gonna be like mean back to a person, but like, why are people just so mean? Like, that's all you have to say about my video. I don't know. This is not looking good. I might just take it off because I'm getting annoyed. It doesn't look that good. I need more of this brown. Like, I don't know why it's not really showing up the way I want it to. And now it's like completely skipping on the outer corners. I don't feel like redoing it though. I'm too lazy. Let me try putting that Horus shade one more time. Oh yeah, that's better. I just connected it where it's supposed to go, and that seems to have blended out better. But now I keep on losing this shade. Okay, I think that looks prettier. I'm not happy with it at all. You know what? I'm not going to let somebody else get to me. If I think it looks okay, I'm not going to, you know, sit here blending my eyeshadow forever. Like, I really can't do anything else about it. Like, if I over blend, it's just gonna not look that great. So that's how it's gonna be. So now we're gonna do the face. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and did my base. I'm not really obsessed with the way my eyeshadow looks right now, but I'm gonna leave it alone until I come back to the top because I want to do the lower lash line first before I fix the top. I just need to go over it with the mattes again because they're not really like showing up the way I want them to. The lid shade is gorgeous, but I don't know what's going on with the mattes. I still think it's my brush. I don't think it's the actual shadows. I think my brush is just way too stiff right now and it's not really blending it out properly, even though I've washed all my makeup brushes now, like, thoroughly, so I don't really know what's happening. So I primed my face with my Milk Prep and Prime, with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Cucumber Spray, and then my Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and then I just used my Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation in the shade 1.00C, and then for my concealer, I used the Cover FX Concealer in the shade And Fair 2. I definitely feel better with my base on. I think my base looks pretty good, but the eyeshadows, I'm just not really sure what's happening. So, and then I just went in with my Pat McGrath Labs powder and then my Dior powder on the face. So now we're going to go back into the palette. I'm going to go into that purple shade, like I said, that I was going to use on the lower lash line. Again, my brushes are just so stiff lately. And I don't know. It's just like annoying me because they're not really like performing that great now. Okay, so we're just going to take that purple shade and we're going to put that on the lower lash line. I just wanted this to be like a fun jewel toned look, and it's not really turning out the greatest. I think the guy is still here, so they're just like barking up a storm. So I'm sorry again, but you know, dogs think we're always under attack, even though we're not under attack. They just bark at somebody outside. I didn't even realize he was still here. I thought he left like an hour ago. But I think he just pulled into our garage area. Because that's where our basement is. Obviously. Okay, so that is pretty. I just find that these mattes aren't as smooth as most mattes I use. That's just my preference and observation from this. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to take this shade called Hathor. It's a really gorgeous, like, whitish, greenish, purpley shade. And I'm going to put that, hopefully, on the inner corners. It's probably a super sparkly shade, which I am not opposed to. Oh, that's really pretty. It is very sparkly. Holy crap. All right, I think I'm going to need to use my finger. And just... oh my god. That is getting all underneath my eyes. But it's so... look how pretty that is, though. Oh my goodness. We are going to be a glittery mess today. I feel like Kesha right now. But I feel like that's the only way it picks up for my inner corners. I think I'm just going to spray my brush and we'll see if that helps. Because so far, I don't know what else to do. But that's gorgeous. It is really popping. I'm just making a mess. All right, that's doing a whole lot of nothing, so let me just, I'm going to have to take it on my fingers, but I'm just taking way too much product. Oh my goodness. Caitlin? Where is that brush? Oh my goodness. Why did I put it here is the question, because that was really dumb. My brush is still wet and therefore brushing the product away. Like my concealer. All right, we covered that up actually, so that's not bad. But this does not show up unless I use my fingers. Oh my goodness. But it's gorgeous. It is really, really pretty. Wow. It really does brighten up my inner corners a ton. Just need to blend it out with a brush after. Okay, that is beautiful though. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Okay, so let me clean up this mess and we'll be back. Okay, so I tried to clean it up more. Kind of got glitter underneath my eyes again, even though I just covered it up with some concealer, but we're just going to move on. I think it looks better than it did before. I don't know. I don't know. It's a hot mess. All right, so now I'm going to go in with a liner from ColourPop. I think I'm just going to use the berry toned one in the shade Charmer. I'm just going to put that on my waterline. Oh, my Lord. I'm just not having a great makeup day. Even though I had a ton of time to do my makeup right now. And you would think that things would go smoother if I'm not in a rush, but of course they don't. I'm kind of getting frustrated right now. And now my eyes are tearing. All right, I think my eyes are okay. I think they look pretty. I'm not going to dwell on it. We're just going to move on. But I feel like I still need some more concealer, like under here, like right here, like not near my eyes. And then I think it'll look better because it's like annoying me. But this concealer that I used is just so pigmented. So, all right, we're just going to move on. Okay, and then I just primed my lashes with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. And then I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty mascara. I feel like this is already getting dried out. Yeah, it looks good. I just feel like this is already like smelling weird. And I haven't had it for that long. And then I'm just going to do the bottom lashes off camera. Okay, and then for bronzer, I'm going to take my Dior bronzer in the shade Tan Bronze. And just bronze up my skin. I'm actually going to see Kingsman today with my friend Becca. I heard it's not very good, but I like going to see those movies. They're fun. And plus today's Bargain Tuesday, so it's literally like half price. Oh, that inner corner shade, insanely gorgeous. I think the mascara and the inner corners like saved this look because I'm not loving how the crease looks. The lid is gorgeous, but yeah, it's okay. I don't care, honestly. All right, so why is that not? Okay, and then for my blush, I'm going to take this ColourPop Lizzie McGuire blush in the shade Delish. It's a really pretty, like, lavender pink shade. Honestly, I don't have any colors like this in my collection. And I haven't used the Lizzie McGuire ones in quite a while. So I like to use this one today. I'm going to take that and put that on my cheeks. It's a really pretty color. Just want to build it up a little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty. She pigmented. But it's pretty. I kind of wanted it to be a bit mauvier tone, but everything always turns out pinker for me. But that's okay. Pink works too for this. Okay. And then for my highlights, I'm going to take the Be Perfect Get Wet highlighter in the shade Skin Sheen. I'm not absolutely obsessed with the formula of this. I prefer the, I can't even open this without ruining my nails. It's not just like ruining the nail polish, but I risk like breaking my nail if I like, you know, really breaking it if I try to open it any other way. So I have to use scissors to open it. I'm not insane about this formula. I prefer the Super Shock Cheeks from ColourPop over like this kind of cream highlighter. But I do like when you spray this, it is really pretty. So I think this will be a really pretty highlight with this look. So I'm gonna use that. And I am gonna spray it because obviously that's why it's called Get Wet. And I'm just gonna apply that to my cheeks. Like, it's pretty, but it's kind of like very glittery. So if you're not into super glittery highlights, this isn't really for you. But it's pretty. It's not like my absolute favorite though. I like the ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks more because they're smoother on the skin and not as glittery. They still have glitter in them, but this one has like really, really defined glitters in it. So like, but you have to wet this in order for it to like be smoother, and I don't always wet my highlighters, especially if I'm like in a rush for like getting to work or something, but it works for this type of look. It's pretty, but I'm not like completely obsessed with it. It's definitely very heavy on the glitter side. I prefer their regular baked highlighters more than this one. This one I would probably use more as like a topper, but it's really pretty with this look. And it goes beautifully with the eye look. So now we just have to do the lips. Okay, and now I'm just going to do my lips. I'm going to use the Essence lip liner in the shade Sucker for Gray. And I'm going to put that on my lips. It's kind of like a purpley gray. Just gonna finish up off camera. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in the shade Trinity. It's a really pretty, like, cool tone purpley pink. I'm gonna use that. That's a perfect lip color. I wanted something like purpley pink. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I love Lime Crime's lippies. I'm just gonna finish it up off camera. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. I think they turned out really pretty. I like how the look turned out. And that inner corner is insanely beautiful. But these might have not been my favorite mattes to use, but again, I just think it's the brushes that I used. So hopefully when I try it the next time, I'll have better brushes to use. We'll see. And then the cheeks and the lips. So again, I think that the look turned out really pretty. I think that the lid shades are gorgeous. Very beautiful shimmery shades. I don't even know if it's applied all the way on the... Yeah, I see it. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely on the lid. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. And the cheek and the highlighter, like I said, the cheek, of course, I love ColourPop's blushes, and the highlighter is very pretty, but again, it's probably not for everybody because it's very glittery. And of course, I love Lime Crime's Velveteen. So yeah, bye. And please let me know if you guys have tried Adept Cosmetics. What are your thoughts? Has anybody picked up this palette? Because I know this is the most recent palette they came out with. Let me know. I am nosy and would like to know other people's thoughts because everybody's thoughts is different. I like to know what you have to say about it. So yeah, bye.